Goodness, I don't know what to say after this introduction. She raised your expectations. Distinguished guests, friends, companions on this road for freedom and peace. Tonight, I'm being honored with a distinguished award for my service and that of Karama for the human rights work we do, especially in the areas of women's rights. Part of our liberating work consists of our network of women jurists examining our sacred text and tradition carefully and peeling away patriarchal influences masquerading as part of the religion itself. But how could I celebrate tonight receiving this award when my sisters, Christians and Muslim, Arab and Kurd, are being sold as cheap slave commodities in the bazaar of terrorism? How could I celebrate when young teenage girls, even a few, have been seduced by ISIS, who is more probably called QSIS, Qaeda separatists in Iraq and Syria, so as to cross continents in their support? These girls have done so not only in the US, but in North Africa, and perhaps other continents as well. The image of women like me, and also much younger than me, being sold or raped or killed is absolutely hurtful and repulsive. The images of mosques, churches, schools, shrines being destroyed are equally so. But more importantly, all of these crimes are being perpetrated in the name of Islam when they directly contradict every element of it. My religion, of which I'm very proud, tells me that all humans were created of the same soul, that God blew a divine breath into Adam during creation, that God himself gave karama, a word that means dignity, to all the children of Adam. He did not give it to the Muslims, or the men, or the rich, but to everyone, every single one of us, as of the moment of creation, regardless of gender, ethnicity, race, or religion. Thus, to debase this divine creation is to sin against God himself. And they call themselves Muslim. When the Prophet Muhammad visited St. Catherine's Monastery in Mount Sinai, he signed a covenant addressed to all Christians of East and West, telling them that the Muslims would have their back, as he did also in the Medina Charter with the Jewish tribes. That their churches, he told the Christians, their crosses, their icons, their monks would all be safe. And that this covenant held till the end of time and bound all the followers of Muhammad. And that those who violate it would be cursed till the end of time. St. Catherine's Monastery has a copy of that covenant. Let there be no doubt. ISIS is violating fundamental Islamic principles. And we need to say that clearly and loudly. Because as Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib once said, to be silent in the face of evil is to be a mute devil. So here it is. Although we at Karama serve our community and others in need, while avoiding even the scent of politics, I have now seemingly broken that rule in the name of human rights, women's rights, and mutual interfaith solidarity and friendship. For these same reasons, I joined years ago the task force on detainee treatment formed by the Constitution Project, of which Jenny spoke. I discovered practices by our government that shock the conscience, at least the conscience of the founding fathers who believe in due process and human dignity. How could this happen in America? Day in, day out, we are still, right now, torturing through force feeding. Just read our report. It's on the internet. As you and I sit down to eat dinner, several prisoners who have never been tried for a crime are being shackled, humiliated, and repeatedly force-fed. All this needs to stop, all of it. But how do we stop it? It's obviously hard. I'm not naive to think that we can push a button. But we all need to go back to first principles. In my humble view, evil cannot be defeated except through the good. The good in this case is to understand the value of human life. We can achieve this good in many ways, but we at Karama believe that education, while slow, is the most stable and productive approach. So in our Law and Leadership Summer Program, for example, which attracts Muslim women from Kenya and Egypt to Saudi Arabia and the Maldives, we educate all participants about the dignity of each human being, the importance of human rights, the respect for women and the rights guaranteed them by our religion. We also educate them about our American constitutional system and the human rights principles embedded in it, such as guaranteeing everyone the right to have their day in court. We also teach them about the various commonalities among the faiths. But unfortunately, we all know that the common values that are at the foundations of our faiths have been seriously compromised these days for some other gain. All faiths. Yet we should all remember, let me quote from the Bible, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" So maybe it is a good idea to remember universal human rights principles, educate about them, and join each other in building bridges among all faiths and among people, so that we can all meet one day in the garden of peace and tranquility. The wait has been long and hard, but together we shall get there one day. Soon. Thank you.